Yeah, although we're predominantly known as a football and netball club, it's a cultural gathering of the community coming together, especially on game day. It's a real lot of excitement in the air. You've got young kids running around, families, individuals, and even we've had a lot of people over the years talk about how that's how they've found community again. So it might have been part of the Stolen Generation, for instance, and the Fitzroy Stars has provided that connection back to community. Yeah, to make it a safe, inclusive space, the Fitzroy Stars make sure that we are inclusive of not only Aboriginal people but also the wider community as well. So everybody's welcome at the Stars, but we obviously have a strong Aboriginal influence. It's managed by the Aboriginal community, supported by our organisations and families, and basically we use culture in an urban setting to connect community and teach young people coming through some of their obligations and responsibilities to community as well. So that's sort of drilled in from a young age. I myself started as a 15, 16-year-old playing for the Fitzroy Stars in the seniors. Been around since 1978 as a junior, as a 9-year-old actually. And it was right from that stage, and you're just looking up to the elders involved in the community. And a lot of my heroes were the people I was playing with on the football ground, but they were also people that were committed to improving services and opportunities for community members. So they were the CEOs of the Aboriginal Health Service, the Legal Service, VACO. So it was all those community elders that during the week they were representing our community in the workplace, and on the weekends they were putting on the boots and representing us out on the football ground. So that really provided a strong culture and work ethic, for me as a young person, and that's what we try and instill and have our older group mentor young people and teach them what it's like to be an Indigenous person growing up in community and making their way and learning new skills. A lot of our players over the years have been involved in traditional dance. A group called the Koori Youthful Shakespeares. A lot of them are Fitzroy Stars players, so they've been engaged in the community for the Northlands struggles and through the football club. So dance has been an important one. Art and culture. So in our jumpers, for instance, there's representation of Aboriginal culture in that as well. NAIDOC Week programs, so we'll make sure that there's elders that are doing welcome to the country. The women's group in particular, they do an acknowledgement of country every game, so they're teaching the non-Indigenous clubs that we play against about culture and protocols and respect for country. And so there are those sort of elements that we use our community members and their expertise in various cultural ways. Best place to get information about the Fitzroy Stars is obviously coming down and just being involved, getting immersed in the Fitzroy Stars programs of training for the men on a Tuesday and Thursday, the women on a Monday and Wednesday, and obviously the games on Saturday and Sundays as well. But we do have a website, fitzroystars.com.au, we've got a Facebook site. We try and use the new mediums, including the social media. But the old best way of personal contact is how we really enjoy engaging with the community. And we do have important days like NAIDOC Week, where we'll put on special activities, and they're really great opportunity for the community to come together and share with Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal community members. I think the best advice there is, just to be proud of who they are, as the first step. Sadly, over the years, growing up as a young fella, you'd hear stories where people like Kyle Vanderkite, used to try and rub his skin to try and get the blackness off his skin. So you can only imagine how painful that is for people trying to connect with identity. Just be proud of that you come from a strong heritage, the oldest living culture in the world, and get immersed in the cultural programs that happen right throughout our community. The Fitzroy Stars obviously is just one element. Just try and reach out and make those connections. Don't be ashamed or feel that you're not part of our community just because you haven't grown up in the local community here. I was quite lucky because I basically grew up in the Fitzroy Collingwood area, so our community were based in that area predominantly in the inner city. Along Gertrude Street, there were numerous organisations. So we grew up with the old cooperative where every lunchtime the elders, including my nan and my mum and aunties, would be cooking a 3-course meal for the community. So even when I was at school, I'd be zipping up to Smith Street and trying to get that warm soup and roast and bread and butter pudding. But so just being immersed in the community since I was a baby basically helped me really identify from an early age and be proud of our community and the struggles. We see it through the 70s and 80s and 90s, sort of growing up as a young man, just seeing the elders and being out on the streets marching, and so proud of the NAIDOC marches and things that we have today. But it wasn't always that well received by the general community. When the elders were paving the streets and fighting for the establishment of organisations, etc. Back in the 50s and 60s, there were no organisations. There certainly weren't any reconciliation groups and allies around. So, we used to hear stories of elders being locked up one day, being back out on the streets, fighting the fight again the next day, and being locked up again. So those sort of things I'm quite really proud of where we've come to today, where we've got so many great organisations and services and supports around, but it wasn't always that way and our community was just so connected and so strong. I think what excites me about Fitzroy Stars is the fact that we're still here. We've spoken on the Fitzroy Stars video that was made, documentary, about how there have been periods where non-Indigenous organisations, football leagues, have tried to keep us out of playing competitive football. And for us it's important because it's health and well-being, it's community, it's cultural connection. So having the club still alive 50 years after its establishment is a real achievement for us. We're desperate to try and rebuild our junior program. We haven't got juniors at the moment, and really that's where the future success or sustainability of the club will come from. We've been able to connect with children in out-of-home care by providing an environment where they can come and participate in our sporting activities, our cultural activities, and also where their families and carers have been able to come down and engage with the club. And where there might be parental visits, we're able to do those on site as well if that's approved. And just to be able to get the family and the child connected and hopefully in the long run reconnected and back in the home setting. There are a number of ways that people can get involved with the Fitzroy Stars. We're desperate for volunteers, so anyone out there wanting to help out, there's a variety of roles for young people, so even young people in out-of-home care, there's roles such as being the water carriers or just helping out around the club, and obviously carers and the likes, and just anyone out there if they want to help be timekeepers. There's a whole range of activities that people can assist the club with.